and surrender your ships, we will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
This is Sparta!
Fatality.
We are the Borg, and resistance is futile, if you don't already know. This is Manny Moonraker. This is episode number 400 and something of another, and this is Tuesday, Space Day, so we talk about things about space. But I did get a message earlier this week, actually. Let me just read that, because it comes from one of my favorite places. It comes from YouTube, and it still weirds me out that people actually just go to YouTube to listen to audio only. But hey, you do what it does. Apparently, you do what it does. Here's a message from Mr. Sin. Very original. Mr. Sin says, "What the fuck? First 15 minutes rambling on about nothing relevant. Is this show always like this?" This is what I say. You have to listen to about 5 episodes, because I bring up old shit. You know, the stuff I would have been talking about whenever he replied. I don't even check what episode he's talking about. But it builds on one episode to the next, because it's like a series, if you will. So the shit you heard me talking about, Mr. Sin, probably something I talked about the episode before or the episode before that. I love trolls. So I said, I gave him a like, and I hearted his statement, because, I mean, really, I could picture him like sitting at the edge of his seat with his teeth like chattering and biting his nails and, you know, just on edge like a crackhead, just waiting to write something negative. So I put laugh out loud. It sure is perfect for trolls to use their powers of negativity, because that's what the fuck you did. I just had to, you know, get that out there and express myself. Listen, I've said this over the years, time and time again. You got to give it more than just 1 or 2 episodes in order for you to have a damn clue. Plain and simple. I find this hilarious that it is really the only platform that I get shit from is YouTube, and is usually when there's no video, it's just audio. Jeez Louise, I don't know what the world is coming to. I really don't. It's going to hell in a handbasket. 2020, it's got to be over sooner or later. Probably sooner than later. What's up to the guys that are in the live chat? Green Man, Pucky. We also have Dre's in there. Let's see, going down, and that's it. Welcome, everyone, to the episode. We've got the 3 stories to talk about. But I was talking about yesterday. See, this is why. I just said it. Didn't I just say? I just build off of one damn episode to the next. God damn it. Anyway. So, like I was saying, I was talking about yesterday the SpaceX, the imminent SpaceX hop. And they're not fucking around. They're hopping these bitches week after week. It's just like the damn Starlinks. They are not giving up. It's supposed to happen Friday through Sunday. Saturday and Sunday are the backup dates. But now we have a freaking hurricane that's threatening things, you know, for Texas and Louisiana. And by the way, this is dedicated to Mr. Sin.
What's going on? Can you tell me what it is, please? I'm not that slow.
This reminds me of that film, what was that? Bruce Almighty, when Jim Carrey's character is out on the Made of the Mist by Niagara Falls, and he goes to that whole speech where he just, shits on everyone at the news station, and then he ends it with, "Now back to you, fuckers." Perfect way to end that song, Mr. Sin. Congratulations, you became the topic of the first 15 fucking minutes. So you should be happy. Anyway, so getting back to the podcast, I just had, I don't know. And the thing is that the trolls that don't bother me, I just think it's funny. And that's why I always like and heart all of their messages. Because, geez, I mean, if you took the time to at least be nice, imagine what you could write. That's the way people are these days. I mean, it's 2020, right? He's probably been in some broom closet, taking care of business personally by himself. And he needs a different outlet. So why not troll on YouTube? Space is the topic for today. And actually, I was looking at the Discord chat and I saw that Dave from Down Under, he actually posted this story earlier today. Look at that. Imaginary that. Great minds think alike. It is a good story. We've talked about these FRBs here quite a lot over the last couple of years because they are repeating now. So the stories repeat. There's another story for those of you who love to hear about Planet X and the cataclysmic issue or Armageddon or wherever the hell you want to call it, tied to Nibiru/Planet X. There's a science story about space that might prove Planet X to be a real deal. Nibiru might be coming to a planet near you. And then the last one, we'll leave that as a mystery, to be honest. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm just trying to talk for another 4 fucking minutes for Mr. Sin. But I don't even think I can do it. Must have had a lot of shit to say that day. By the way, Dave's here. What up, Dave? And GameVit made it in. Welcome to the podcast. All right, let's get to the real first track here. And then we'll talk some shit about this news articles. Because, oh yeah, the other one was artificial intelligence. Because many people need it.
Oh, I want you to be looking
So let's get right into this fast radio burst situation. Because like I've said, we've done this several times. Hell, several times a year. Someone's got to do a study on fast radio bursts. And the big deal is, can they be found to repeat? And if they repeat with any type of frequency of certainty, then what the hell is it? Is it a quasar? Is it some crazy madness that's being sent out by some alien race? Trying to, send out an SOS to people. What is it? Nobody fucking knows. They still don't know, but they write about that shit all the time. Science is an amazing thing, because you spend your career writing papers on shit that you don't even know what the hell it is and get paid for it. That's the kind of job I need, to be honest. I mean, you could just make shit up, and if you come anything close to having a believable story, then fuck, you've got grants. You got some free money to get it done, to figure it out. You're dead 3 generations down, and still nobody knows what the fuck you were writing about. But anyway, that's the nature of the beast. This mysterious radio signal, which is apparently being beamed our way from another galaxy, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because the moment you hear another galaxy, you know this thing is billions of light years away. It's not anywhere near us. Not even, I just can't. This is the part about space and the study of it that just drives me insane. If something's 3 billion light years away, why the fuck you worried about it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say. This FRB, commonly known as 121102, FRB 121102, they're saying that they're hoping that the study they're conducting about this strange, they say blinkering signal. What the fuck is blinkering? It's going to be one of those podcast episodes, by the way. But they're trying to figure out where it's coming from. They know the general direction. They believe it is a dwarf galaxy system that's 3 billion light years away. This FRB 121102 repeats every 157 days. Now, think about this. This is what's crazy. They're estimating that the power needed to generate a signal from that far away is approximately that of 1 million of our suns. Just to make it to where we are. And by the time it makes it here, this fucking signal has less power than your cell phone. Because it's traveled for 3 billion damn years. So it starts off balls to the wall, shock and awe, and it gets here barely pushing T-Mobile signal. Crazy, isn't it? But we pick it up because we look for shit like that. The origin, totally unknown, right? They have a general idea where the hell is that, and they're trying to figure out what does it mean? Where are they coming from? Now, FRBs, hundreds of thousands of FRBs have happened randomly. Some people say that maybe these FRBs are intergalactic ships. These are the energy bursts that they give when they go into faster than light travel. But then you have some that repeat. There's only a handful that actually repeat, and this one, 121102, is one of them. And it's crazy. They're writing a paper, they're studying it, they're asking for anyone that has the ability to hear this particular fast radio burst to tune their instruments to it, because they want to find out for sure if this thing's going to repeat one more time. One more time. It's got to repeat one more time for them, and then they'll be happy. This makes no sense. And I'll tell you why in a moment. So they're thinking that it is, like I said, coming from a region of a dwarf galaxy 3 billion light years away. Now, the cycle is interesting. They've actually got it down to the number of days. So this is how it works. The burst is, they are emitted over a 90-day period, but they're only milliseconds long. But over 90 days, you will have these bursts going on. And then there's a quiet period with no bursts at all for 67 days. Folks, if you can get this shit down to a certain amount of days, how is this natural? What the hell is this? And if it is natural, how can you get it to between 90 and then 67 days of it being quiet? The entire signal length is 157 days. So, 157 days, then we start over again. According to the paper, the active phase is actually due to end, because we're in it right now. We're in those 90 days. It's supposed to end anywhere between August 31st and September the 9th of this year. Since they're in the middle of working on this paper, they've got they're looking at this. And what they're saying is this: if the telescope continues to pick up the bursts beyond these dates, then either the predictable pattern does not exist, right, because it lasted longer than the 90 days, or somehow it evolved. Somebody they tuned the channel. They hit the clicker and let it last a little longer. It's a weird thing. But again, it is 3 billion light years away. Who cares? You're not going to figure this out. For fuck's sake, you can send a signal. And I doubt they're even going to pick it up, to be honest. Like, if that freaking signal was millions of suns strong when it first started 3 billion years ago, if we send a shitty little ass signal from one of our antennas, I don't think that shit's even going to make it. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we wasting all this money on this? Come on, just give it up. Go study something else. Go study how people believe in Pizzagate. Maybe that'll get your money's worth. It's just crazy. It's nuts. Here's where I add insult to injury for those of you who are fascinated by these fast radio bursts. The reason why this one has the designation 121102 was because it was found back in 2012. For 8 fucking years, they've known that this thing repeats. And it is in 2020 that they're going to decide whether it's a fluke or not. Are you serious? So somebody out there has been studying this thing for 8 fucking years. I don't get it. Now, I do like the idea that these random FRBs could be faster than light travel, you know? Maybe some kind of gravitational wave, space-time continuum bending. Who knows? But at this point, we are clueless. And we're going to continue to spend money in writing papers and aiming resources at this particular radio burst, probably for another 8 or 9, 10 years. Until someone just says, fuck it, I can't do it no more. I don't want to listen to this anymore. It's crazy. Now, I think, and I want to say that last spring, the NASA actually released what these bursts sound like from this particular FRB. I'm not entirely sure if it was this one or if it was another one. But again, it sounds like nothing. Absolutely nothing. It makes no sense. But there you go. There's more information in the link for you that is in the description. It talks a little bit more about this particular radio burst. And it kind of mentions a few of the other ones. And again, you don't even have to listen to the stuff that's being published in this particular article. You can go out on the internet and find some more, because there's a ton of them out there. They've found so many, of course, of the non-repeating, but still, with all the information they have, they're clueless. But they'll continue to do it because, shit, what else can you do? We're under COVID-19. The coronavirus rules everything. Might as well just buckle up and listen to space, the final frontier.
I won't get close to your heartache. If you won't open your door, I'm feeling kinda lost when your mind is hiding whatever that is choking your chest. I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking, 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind now I'm here by your side. So let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. You won't get closer to me if you won't open your door. If that's what you want, then baby try to believe me when I say that you can tell me anything. I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking, 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind now I'm here by your side. So let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me. I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking, 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind now I'm here by your side. Let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
This next one is fascinating because it almost accidentally ties in to my gripe about scientists spending their time searching for shit. I mean, for useful space information that we don't need right now, that we could probably use in about 1 billion years. This really ties into it. And it reminds me of that movie from back in the day. You guys know that movie War Games, right? Remember this?
Shall we play a game?
Artificial freaking intelligence, man. This is where it's at. Besides Elon sticking a chip on your brain, this is where this useless science stuff needs to go. Right here, AI. It turns out that someone finally had the right idea. But of course, whenever you put AI into the mix, there's always a question of, do we need, truck drivers? Do we need automakers? Do we need people at McDonald's? It just stuff like that always comes up. So this article says from Forbes.com, of course, does astronomy need humans? No. I didn't mean that. An algorithm was just put into play, and it discovered 50 new planets. And apparently, they're going to let this thing loose, and it might find many, many more. Now, we know good old Kepler was doing his thing up there, and we currently have a library, a catalog of 4,200 confirmed exoplanets, which don't mean shit to us because they're all in the middle of fucking nowhere. But we know where they are. That makes somebody happy. But what they did was that they built this machine learning algorithm, and they say, hey, machine guy, here's the data from Kepler. See what you see. And they looked at some of the old data from Kepler, and it found 50 new planets. So it's machine learning, basically, is what they did. And to give you an example, here's an example. I actually put this in the article, and this is what it says. Basically, and I guess everyone uses this for fucking machine learning. So here it is. You probably already heard it. What it does was you give a computer program a bunch of photographs of cats and dogs, and you tell the program, out of these million images, categorize these as either cats or dogs. But you give them a million freaking examples, right? And eventually, the program learns to identify different data points between the dogs and the cats. Like the cats will give you 17, the dogs, they just hump your leg. So it begins to learn these different characteristics, and eventually the program itself learns to identify between the cat and the dog. And it creates a what they call a neural network. Arnold Schwarzenegger knows all about that. So what they did is that they took the retired data from Kepler's missions, because there is no way any human can look through all of that. There is a shitload of data that came out of Kepler. So what they did is say, hey, these are the planets that we recognize as being actual planets. We confirmed them. These are the ones that some drunk-ass fool thought was a planet, but we know that they're not. And put it together, gave it to the AI, and with that limited amount of data, it found 50 new planets. There's a quote in here from the folks at NASA that says, the algorithm we have developed lets us take 50 candidates across a threshold of planet validation, upgraded them to real planets. This was Dr. David Armstrong from the University of Warwick, Department of Physics. He says, we hope to apply this technique to large samples of candidates from current and future missions like TESS and Plato. TESS pretty much has a lot of work cut out for it, because it's out there to really hunt all of these planets, taking all the information that was learned and what they gathered from Kepler, and helping to see things a little clearer. But now we have artificial intelligence, which is going to up the game, if you will. There is no more sitting around trying to figure this shit out. But it kind of makes you wonder, if the old way, we found 4,000 planets, what in the hell is this particular piece of machinery, this artificial intelligence, this programming, what is it going to find? I have a feeling that we are going to find a shitload of planets in places we never thought there would be. Probably more than we think they are, because if you can imagine, if we have 1 billion stars within the the Milky Way galaxy, and let's say each one of those son of bitches have 9 planets, that's 9 billion planets. We've only found 4,000. Machine learning, artificial intelligence is going to speed the pace up of this situation. And I'm sure that that number is going to be blown out the water very soon. But sadly, this story actually bleeds into the next one because we may need to find these planets. There is an urgency which we haven't realized yet. But if what NASA is looking for is true, in the next article, for damn sure, someone has to find these damn planets and categorize them because the shit's going to hit the fan pretty quick. Just to give you some information on what the 50 planets are like, according to the data, this particular artificial intelligence found, planets ranging from smaller than Earth to large rocky planets, the size of Neptune, and some gas giants. And the orbits range from 200 days to just 1 day around their particular sun. Fantastic. It's great. Let's free up all the Poindexters to find out who poisoned the damn opposition leader in Russia. Maybe they could be put to more, practical use. You know what I'm saying? Last article coming up, but it's a doozy. I'm telling you.
Just give it up. I'm not your girl and I never will be. Don't call me up. Don't waste your time, 'cause I'll be your enemy. If you want love, look somewhere else. He'll find nothing. Just give it up. I'm not your girl, 'cause I only love me. Don't get me wrong. You and I could have fun together when I feel done with having fun on my own. It's better to care for yourself, not rely on somebody else. So don't get me wrong, I'm just riding alone. Just walk away, 'cause I got no intentions of hanging out with you tonight. Don't look my way if you
want to give a special shout out to folks in other countries that listening to UFO Radio because you've lost your damn mind. Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, India, Ireland, South Africa, New Zealand, Norway, Sweden, Brazil, Mexico, and there's a bunch more. But I thank you guys for listening. I know you're confused as hell every day, and you decide to come listen to myself and my madness, my blue-collar madness, and how I see UFOs. And it's a hard pill to swallow. I know. Rogue planets. This trumps everything. Rogue planets. There's a story that's going around everywhere about rogue planets that float in space without orbiting a sun that could actually outnumber stars. Okay, by the way, they're just talking about our Milky Way. They're not talking about in the universe. They're talking about just in the Milky Way galaxy that rogue planets could outnumber the stars in this galaxy. There is a mission that NASA is putting together that's coming up here shortly, apparently. And the mission could possibly find out more regarding these rogue planets. These planets are basically just floating around. They're not tied to any sun. They might have been knocked out for some reason or another out of their orbits. And they're just floating through like a Oumuamua, except a whole lot fucking bigger. There's a quote in here from a graduate student, Samson Johnson, out of the Ohio State University. And he's the lead author of a study. He says this gives us a window into these worlds that we would otherwise not have. I don't think we want them, Samson Johnson. Imagine our little rocky planet just floating freely in space. That's what this mission will help us find. The study was actually published in the Astronomical Journal. And it actually calculates that NASA's upcoming Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope could find hundreds of rogue planets in the Milky Way. Identifying the planets, according to Johnson, will help scientists infer the total number of rogue planets in our galaxy. Every week we see a report that there's some dinosaur killing meteor coming our way. Oh, it's going to be just shy of, 1,000 miles or 3,000 miles, 5,000 miles, just on the other side of the moon. People freaking out. Near collision possibly this week. We're going to die like the dinosaurs. It'll take out half the planet. Well, could you imagine another planet? Now, we've seen these stories, right, of NASA having this idea that it could use a nuclear weapon to maybe move a piece of space rock that might be way too big for us to survive, right? And actually there's an upcoming mission that they're going to be doing too. I forgot what the name of it is, where they're going to shoot like a satellite up there, and it is going to get to the rock, and it is going to shoot off some nuclear weapon into it and try to shatter it. What the fuck do you do when it's a whole planet? When it's a whole ass planet, what do you do? I would imagine that we would have early warning, I guess. We don't with the freaking meteors, right? We don't see any of those, or asteroids or whatever. We don't see them. Usually we know the week is supposed to fly by. what happens when a whole ass planet goes rogue and enters our tiny solar system? What do we do then? I mean, really, even if it hits another planet, I'm sure the results could be cataclysmic even for us, as debris goes throughout the solar system. Samson Johnson continues to say the universe could be teeming with rogue planets and we wouldn't even know it. We would never find out without undertaking a thorough space-based microlensing survey like Roman is going to do. And that's the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, but they just call it Roman for short. It's crazy, just knowing that a planet is rogue. But that brings us to the other topic that I alluded to earlier about the Nibiru cataclysm. People love Nibiru, I'm not lying. It is true. You look around and people will talk about and study and bring up Nibiru all the time, Planet X. You know, they'll post pictures of two suns. They'll say that the one sun is Nibiru, heading our way, ready to crash into our planet and completely destroy us. Crazy. So according to, the story, Nibiru is supposed to be this disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary body through either a full-on collision or a near miss. And there are certain groups that believe that this would happen in the 21st century. So when people talk about Planet 9, Planet X, being out there in the middle of nowhere at the end of the solar system, people at times think about, oh, well, that's maybe that's Nibiru. Nobody knows. Apparently, believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this object as Nibiru or Planet X. The idea was put forward in 1995 by Nancy Leader, founder of the website Zeta Talk. Leader describes herself as a contactee with the ability to receive messages from extraterrestrials from the Zeta Reticuli star system through an implant in her brain. Somebody beat Elon to it. What the hell? She states that she was chosen to warn mankind that the object would sweep through the inner solar system, and that was back in May of 2003. She's a little late. She's a little bit behind, about 17 years plus. But listen, maybe this is not so crazy. And really, the story about like Nibiru and Planet X actually goes way before her, to be honest. I think it goes back to Mesopotamian times. Or Sumerians, should I say. They also had a story about that. We also hear that in the Bible as well. Maybe this is not so far-fetched. Maybe we eventually could come under threat of a rogue planet that's out of control, streaming through the cosmos, ready to hit us like an 8-ball. It is a fascinating story. There's a lot of bit of a science talk in it, but just think about the idea. The fact that we don't have to worry about, these small rocks that are in the our solar system running around. We've got whole ass planets that could eventually end up in our backyards because they're roaming free. That is crazy. That again goes against what we know growing up as kids from science. Nobody ever said planets just roamed the solar systems or the cosmos by themselves. They were always attached through gravity to a sun or a star, but apparently all bets are off. And we've been learning this quite a bit over the last year, maybe 2 years, that what we know about our solar system, about our galaxy, about the universe is not what we were told. The Poindexters keep changing the game on us, and there's a lot more we need to learn because we have no fucking clue. The textbooks were all lies. Every single one of them. They lied to us every step of the way. Crazy. This Thursday will be the Freak Out again on YouTube. And I believe the Norm will be on there to share his Freak Out from when he was at the Clown Hotel. It should be fascinating. And he's been doing a lot of research into some of the EVPs or the files that he recorded, pictures or whatever he took. So we'll see a lot of that, hopefully, this Thursday. And we'll see. Like I said, if you believe in this stuff or you have a fascination for it, please support your local haunts. Especially those that have a rich history of spiritual, paranormal, and all that kind of stuff. Just support them. Don't give up on them just because of COVID-19. You got to fight back. Show Wuhan that they're not going to win. That's the end of the podcast today. I thank you guys for listening. I'll be back on Thursday on YouTube. If you haven't done so yet, the link is in the description for the YouTube channel. Just go ahead, go on there. You don't even have to watch it ever again. Just subscribe. Maybe eventually there'll be something on there that you want to see. I guarantee you it will happen. One day. Get about 3 billion years from now. Ciao.
Hey, so Indies, yeah. Hey, so Indies, hey, yeah. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I pull up and I and I'm swerving. If a try to holler, she gon' curve him. We came from under rugs like a Persian. We been staying in our lane, ain't no merging. Rapping like I'm turban. Yeah, these all square like Irvin. Yeah, we grew up in the hood, no Suburbans. If I say I need my money, then it's urgent. Yeah, they want me to quit. Yeah, they want me to shift. But as long as I'm alive, we gon' keep on making hits. While they steady shooting bricks, man, it's lit. Yeah, it's lit. Me and Dale back to back, and yeah, I'm dishing the assist. Yeah, they talk a lot of but we really with the lame. Always gonna be reaching for they hit, smoking like a clip. They can never catch me slipping. Every time your girl around, she be watch the way I'm dripping. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name. I'm in flex mode with the best, though. That's a major key, that's a chess move. I'm your favorite G, I think it's best, yo. Stop with all the grilling, I'm on jet fuel. Taking off, clear the runway, now they cannot clip my wings. Yeah, they soft, they ain't homie, they ain't even on the scene. Play it smart, they don't know me, they just know what they see. What it costs to get flea, but this style ain't free. It's that swag, just that splash, one wrong move, that's do the dash, keep a stash, just in case they tryna flash. Never lag, we don't slack, tell her eyes running back. I don't brag, I'm relaxed, I'm not into all of that, yeah. It's really just the fam and my dogs, I just gotta make a call. I ain't into all that chatting, not at all. Yeah, I put that on the squad, we been out here going hard. We on deck, please don't make 'em. Go and try your luck, test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up, got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell her park it up, then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up, like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up, this the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up, they can't keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up, trying to put the face to the name.
We are the Borg. Lower your your shields and surrender your ships, we will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.